Welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. Of course, I have a little bit more information in terms of a big announcement that took place yesterday morning. Just prior to the Preah Vihear's ruling, there has been an announcement from the Ban Pratit or from the ASTV station, that is, from Kun Jamlong Si Mueang as well as Kun Sonthi Lim Thongkun. Now, these two are the former PAD core leader. So, of course, the announcement has come to, I guess, some of people were quite shocked with their stance, some are not, but I was quite shocked because it's quite strong stance. They actually made a press announcement saying that whatever the verdict that the ICJs might come up with, they will not accept it. But only in terms of if they will lose or if Thailand stand to lose their sovereignty. All in all, he said that technically ICJ doesn't really have the right to rule over someone else's land. Now, Kun Jamlong Si Mueang obviously has led this particular announcement, and he was sitting next to Kun Sonthi Lim Thongkun yesterday, call on all Thais to reject the jurisdiction of the International Court of Justice itself over this particular case. Now, there are a lot of requests in terms of this particular announcement, apart from saying that the ICJ should not be able to rule over other countries' sovereignty and such. But one of the main things that he has mentioned as well is the fact that the two Thais that's still in Cambodia that were charged with trespassing, Kun Virat as well as Kun Ratri, obviously needs to be able to be included in this particular thing as well. They were hoping that these two will be able to come back to Thailand. But obviously they have been in Cambodia over this particular dispute itself because these two actually claim that the area that they went into is part of Thai territory. And that was one of the reasons why these two were arrested. So Kun Jamlong Si Mueang yesterday in the announcement requesting that these two should be included, and then the government should try everything to bring them back home. Now, in this particular case, there are a lot of, just to give you the full name, Kun Virat Somkwam Kit as well as Kun Ratri Pipattana Phaiboon. There you go. And these two were arrested due to the fact that the Cambodian side believed that they were trespassing into Cambodian territory, and these two would not plead guilty because they said that that's still part of Thai territory, and that was the start of the whole thing. And at this point, Kun Sonthi also told the press that a house dissolution would not be a sustainable solution for this particular case. And a lot of concerns has been voiced that politicians are corrupted, and maybe one of the way to do it is pretty much starting from zero. We're not sure whether or not that would be even possible, but yesterday People's Army also marched to the Defense Ministry, the Army headquarters and the United Nations headquarters to submit the letter disputing the ICJ's jurisdiction to Preah Vihear case as well. And that's prior to the ruling itself, because the ruling came in the afternoon, of course. But that was quite a strong stance, saying that technically you don't have any place in our country at all, because obviously it's a world court. But mind you, he did say that with all the cases the world court has been ruled on, a lot of countries, even United States itself, did not oblige by those verdicts either. So Kun Jamlong was making the case like, so why should we? But at this point, since the verdict come out, it's not that bad. Like, you know, requesting cooperation, which technically back to where we were before the ruling anyway.
Because at the end of the ruling, in conclusion, the World Court or International Court of Justice said that Preah Vihear Temple is listed as the World Heritage Site. So it's the treasure of the region or of the world. So both countries, Thailand and Cambodia, should cooperate. They use the word cooperate to help manage the area.
Right.
So we're going to go to a little bit more detail of the verdict itself. So yesterday there was a live broadcast in Channel 9 and also Channel 11 and various radio stations. But if you want to hear the original I was actually went into the website of the International Court of Justice
Right.
itself because they have an option to listen to original soundtrack or they sound like a movie or the live translation one, which is in either French or in English, vice versa. So even though you understand English or French clearly,
It is difficult.
it is difficult because it's
a-
all legal terms
Exactly.
and big words and
And it's
big-
kind of like go in circle because oftentimes it's just explaining whatever has been done before and you got confused.
And, and because it's the World Court, of course, they have to make sure they got everything covered
That's
in
true.
their verdict. So yesterday, in conclusion, the key point is that the court said that the ruling in 1962 stands that the Preah Vihear temple and its
Promontory.
yes, this word, promontory,
Right.
belong to Cambodia, which a lot of people got spooked by this and think that Thailand have lost its territory. But Virachai Palasai, Thai ambassador to the Netherlands, and also the leader of Thai legal team, came out yesterday after the verdict and said that this is actually, if you really look at the verdict, it's actually a positive outcome for Thailand. Because why? Because Cambodia did not get what they asked for at all, because they were trying to obtain the 4.6 square kilometer area that has been in dispute between the two countries, and they were trying to ask the World Court to use the Annex 1 map as part of the evidence, as part of the as the map to refer to when they talk about territory or the frontier between two countries, which the court actually said that they're not going to use Annex 1. And the court unanimously find that the Cambodia's request to interpretation of the judgment in 1962 is admissible. The case concerned the Preah Vihear temple, but they're not gonna make a judgment on that 4.6 square kilometers of land. So all in all, like you said, at the end of the day, it come back to the same start.
Exactly.
But a lot of people say that they think this is positive because it's just to confirm that Cambodia does not own that piece of land, even though the court said Thailand also didn't own it. That's a bit confusing. And the court noted that the court have to keep the original judgment of the case about the dispute over the territorial sovereignty of the region of the temple, but not the frontiers. And they said that the area in dispute that they are going to be judged on is very small, limited, which is the little cliff that the Preah Vihear is situated on. The court rejected Cambodia's claim that Phu Ma Kheur, Thailand call it Phu Ma Kheur, but Cambodia call it Nom Drap, lies within its territory. So Phu Ma Kheur does sound like still belong to Thailand.
Yeah, that's one of the things that came out yesterday. They say that Preah Vihear, which is technically a mountain range almost in the area, still belongs to Thailand. But that's the thing. We still have to define
Right.
together
Yes.
at this point, because pretty much ICJ said that
You guys have to work it out.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
almost like we need some kind of permission to actually talk it out into this.
Right. And the court said that, of course, the Preah Vihear and its promontory belong to Cambodia. So in consequence of that, Thailand have to withdraw all military and personnel of the area. But Thai official made it clear that we don't have Thai personnel, military, or any kind of official stationed in Preah Vihear temple, or it's
We have to pull
it's
back.
that limited area that the court has referred to, so that shouldn't be a problem. And like we said before, since it's the World Heritage Site, the court has urged both countries to cooperate together and try to, when they come up with any measure, not to harm directly or indirectly to the heritage site.
Now, of course, this is because, just to give you a recap, Cambodia has requested an interpretation
Yes.
of like what exactly is the promontory. Like, what are we talking
but
about
they
here?
actually-
the area around it.
The thing is, the verdict yesterday didn't come up with latitude, longitude of this so-called promontory, but it does be specific enough to the east, the west, the north, and the south of this little
I think they just need
area.
us to talk it out.
Yes.
But that could have
A
been
lot of
done.
people have cried out that Thailand has lost its sovereignty, but Preah Vihear temple has not belonged to Thailand long time
Since
ago.
1962, because that's the ruling. They gave
Yes.
that to the Cambodian side already. We knew that. Well, I hope we knew.
But they said it's a positive to Thailand because at least the court ruled out the use of Annex 1 map, which Thailand has been saying is just so unfair map because it's 1 to 200,000 ratio. It cannot really be that precise. So we have to work it out among ourselves on the adjudication between two countries. So right after that, the Prime Minister came out and said that the Thai team has done its best and this actually a win-win situation for both countries.
And I think from Cambodian side, the Foreign Minister Hoa Nam Hong was actually quite pleased with the ruling as well, saying that, well, at least is a way of talking it out. And that's now lies to the responsibility of this particular government to see whether or not this is going to be one of the biggest case or at least their biggest, I guess, project to be shown for years now, because this is going to make a big mark into our country. So it's probably up to them to see what they will do or how they're going to negotiate with this particular case. Now, moving on to the big thing yesterday as well. There has been a big demonstration, especially in the Ratchadamnoen Avenue. And when I say Ratchadamnoen, normally we did remember about the whole democracy monument, the gathering and such. And there's another separate gathering every noon, I guess lunch hours for all the office workers and such.
Whistleblower
Exactly.
gathering.
But yesterday they joined forces, and if you see pictures of yesterday at the Ratchadamnoen Avenue, it was insane because there were so many people, and we're talking about 10,000 in numbers.
There were 4 rallies from 4 different gathering
Exactly.
spots during lunchtime. Walk. That's a
Walked
long walk.
all the
Walked
way
all the way
to Ratchadamnoen Avenue, and that's the demonstration in front of the Silom complex, one in front of the Terminal 21, which is around Asok area, and another one around the Rama 9.
So close to
MRT,
here.
Exactly, as well as one in the Sapan Kwai and Ari area, which is in Pahon Yotin Road along the area. And they walked all the way to join force with the people in the Ratchadamnoen itself. It was a long walk, and it was a walk that showing a great deal of opposition against the blanket Amnesty Bill, saying that this is not right. Obviously, this particular case, there's a lot of the police forces in place as well yesterday to make sure that there's not going to be any disturbances or violence that instigate due to this particular case. Now they say that apart from all this, Kun Suthep Theuk Suban, who obviously the Democrat Party MP, he was also talking about proposing 4, I guess, requirements or at least a way to express ourselves altogether. First is he requesting that there would be a close down or shutdown of operation from both the private company as well as education institution from the 13th. So starting tomorrow until the 15th. So that's, I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if anyone's going to do this. Requesting, almost like, giving you options that you can do it. Second is, asking everyone to pretty much slow down paying for taxes because he said
Right.
that the government will use your tax money to do something else that is bad
Right.
or corruption that is. The third one, he said that we should all have Thai flags that, as well as whistle with us at all time, which is interesting. And the fourth one is if anyone have seen prime minister or any ministers from other countries that seems to be supporting this particular bill, he said that don't yell at them, just whistle at them instead,
Right.
because that's still legal. You can do it under the law. So I guess that we're going to hear a lot of whistles, that's for sure. But it seems like the demonstration will not end that soon, and they will probably, stand forth in terms of what they want to do next, in terms of trying to oppose this particular bill. But it's kind of resolved since yesterday, and we will talk about that.
They still gather, but it's just a different kind of request from just a couple of days before. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back, and that's not only thing Suthep Thasoban has done yesterday. He also announced the resign from MP along with other MP from Democrat Party.
And of course, the Amnesty Bill. Well, it has been asked already, so we got to see what else the demonstrators will ask for. And as for now, let's take a short break.